Newton County, Missouri will soon be purchasing a mobile morgue unit to help area hospitals during the pandemic. But county commissioners say it's not a reason for anyone to panic. You'll hear from them coming up.
We'll hear how local officials plan to handle a call for a new mask mandate and why decorating for Christmas early could be good for your mental health.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A mobile morgue unit will soon be coming to Newton County, Missouri, and will be used to help Freeman, Mercy, and other area hospitals during the pandemic. This is KOAM News at 10. KOAM's Mike Mahoney spoke to a Newton County commissioner and the county coroner to learn more.
A mobile morgue, similar to this one being used in El Paso, Texas, will soon be under the command of the Newton County coroner. Newton County commissioners say they are making the purchase with CARES Act funds following a request from Freeman and Mercy hospitals, which are concerned about rising COVID-19 rates.
They wanted the bodies removed so they were not in the room so they could properly clean the room because hospitals are full.
But county commissioners want to make it clear. The purchase is a preemptive measure against the pandemic and not a response to a coronavirus emergency in the 4-state area.
That doesn't mean the deaths are increasing. The positive rate is increasing. We do know that. We do understand that Southwest Missouri is right now kind of a hot area. We're not experiencing more deaths, however, and so that needs to be understood.
The Newton County coroner tells KOAM that he applauds commissioners for making the purchase and says the mobile morgue will be helpful during natural disasters and other post-pandemic emergencies. Newton County Commissioner Bill Reibold says the mobile morgue should be purchased by next Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm Mike Mahoney for KOAM News.
Freeman Health Systems issued a statement on Newton County's mobile morgue purchase saying, quote, Freeman Health System applauds the efforts of the Newton County Coroner's Office in taking these proactive steps to prepare for possible eventualities. Local hospitals have been calling on area government officials to enact mask mandates in their communities. Now at least 4 cities in our area have released statements about where they stand on potential mask mandates. Joplin Mayor Ryan Stanley issued a letter saying he would be contacting county commissioners in Jasper and Newton counties in an effort to work together to determine the best way to move forward. 3 other cities, Carl Junction, Webb City, and Carthage, issued statements later in the day saying they're trusting their citizens to do the right thing. Some Newton County officials say a mandate may not be the best course.
I've always found you get more compliance usually with education, and I'd like to think that the citizens of Newton County and the citizens of Missouri, that we observe enough what's going on in our communities that we will comply when we see the need to comply.
The Joplin City Council has set a special meeting for tomorrow night at 6. One of the items on the agenda is an emergency ordinance for a possible mask mandate. In our KOAM News Now Insta poll yesterday, we asked 4-staters whether they would support a mask mandate in their communities. About 3 out of 4 respondents said they would. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly today issued a new mask mandate that takes effect on November 25th. In a news conference today, the governor asked Kansans to come together to help beat back the virus.
Remember that we are all in this together, and together we'll get through it.
State law allows counties to opt out of the mandate in Kansas, which most did the last time the governor issued a mask mandate. Kelly last month floated the idea of calling the Republican-controlled legislature into special session to have them repeal counties' authorities to opt out of her public health orders. Lawmakers are not scheduled to reconvene until January. Here's an updated look at coronavirus cases among some of our area counties. Jasper County has had 4,405 total cases. Newton County is reporting 2,805 cases. McDonald County has had 1,477 cases. Crawford County is sitting at 2,026, and Ottawa County has had a total of 1,515 cases. The MSSU Board of Governors met today. One of the topics was how the school would handle classes next semester. President Van Galen says the campus will still be open to staff and students, and though most classes will be online, some will still be in person. Checking in with Doug Heddy now for our first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be at least a warm day for us today, all the way up to 70 degrees after we started at 47, but very windy. Winds were gusting 45 upwards to 50 at times throughout the afternoon, which is kind of crazy. Wind advisory in effect once again for us tomorrow. We do have a few little clouds kind of sneaking in, but in general, mostly clear skies tonight. And then our next storm system is kind of brewing back to our north and to our west. Currently, we're sitting at about 58 to about 60 degrees. These south winds are actually going to keep our temperatures up just a little bit. But look at the winds. South winds still sustained at about 20 miles per hour. In fact, even the wind gusts are higher than this. 25, 30, 40, still a little above 40 miles per hour. So it's going to stay very windy for us tonight. We'll drop back to about 54, a little warmer tomorrow, up to 74. We're going to look at the wind, our next chance for rain, all the way into next week, all coming up here in a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. The U.S. death toll from COVID-19 has now surpassed 250,000. Daniel Backus has the latest on that grim milestone and new restrictions aimed at slowing the virus.
Once unthinkable, the U.S. has now surpassed the 250,000 mark for coronavirus deaths. That's according to Johns Hopkins. As COVID-19 cases spike again nationwide, new local and state restrictions are being imposed daily. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced the nation's largest school system is going back to remote learning Thursday, as the city's positive test rate hovers around 3%.
We do need to close our schools for the coming days. No one is happy about this decision.
It leaves hundreds of thousands of parents scrambling.
The teachers have given us a whole lot of preparatory material. They're sending home all the textbooks and the backpack. So I guess we're ready, but we're not really ready.
At least 37 states have imposed new coronavirus restrictions in November. Here in Los Angeles County, restaurants and bars must now close at 10 p.m. starting Friday to slow the spread.
We've been in lockdown for about 7-8 months now, and people are mentally kind of tired of it.
As President-elect Joe Biden prepares to take on the growing pandemic, healthcare workers shared their stories with him.
Do you know that I have not been tested yet, and I have been on the front lines in the ICU since February? I'm sorry, I'm so emotional.
No.
It's just...
You got me emotional.
But there are signs of hope.
This vaccine looks extremely promising to help us end this pandemic.
Pfizer says it will apply for FDA emergency approval within days after late-stage trials found its vaccine to be 95% effective with no serious side effects. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The Food and Drug Administration has authorized the first at-home rapid COVID-19 test. The Lucira COVID-19 all-in-one test kit is available by prescription for self-diagnosis. It searches for signs of the virus's genetic material. The kit includes a sterile swab, a sample vial, a test unit, batteries, and a plastic disposable bag. The FDA says you administer the nasal swab and then insert it into the vial, which enters the test unit for analysis. Results are displayed by a color change indicator. The FDA also authorized the test for use in doctors' offices, hospitals, urgent care centers, and emergency rooms. Carnival Cruise Lines today put all of its U.S. operations on pause until the end of January. That means no Carnival ships will be leaving any U.S. ports until at least January 31st, 2021. But many Carnival cruises will be on hold even longer into the new year because of the pandemic. Ships that depart from Baltimore, Charleston, Jacksonville, Long Beach, Mobile, New Orleans, and San Diego will be put on hold until February 28th, and for the Carnival Legend line out of Tampa, the earliest sailing date would be after March 26th of 2021. Carnival and other cruise lines have been following CDC guidelines on when it might be safe to set sail again. The FAA today gave approval for the troubled Boeing 737 MAX to carry passengers again. Following two air disasters that killed 346 crew members and passengers, Boeing was forced to ground the 737 MAX for 20 months. Financial damage to the commercial jetliner manufacturer is estimated at more than $20 billion. That places the 737 debacle among the most expensive corporate mistakes in history, like BP's Deepwater Horizon oil spill. Boeing has spent $600 million just for pilot training and software upgrades in their effort to make the 737 safe to fly again. The global pandemic's effect on air travel and lingering questions about the airplane's safety are likely to impact sales for years to come. Still ahead, put on the Mariah Carey and get those Christmas lights ready. A local expert says it's good for your mental health. And how a Carthage School District employee is using her loss to educate others about diabetes. Experts say decorating early for the Christmas season can actually make a person happier. The Joplin National Alliance on Mental Health says studies show people who decorate have a sense of childlike euphoria and happiness. During this stressful time, a lot of people are decorating earlier than usual. One four-stater tells us she started decorating last week because it brings happiness to her and her family and gives the kids a prolonged Christmas season.
That's really important because of all the negatives in our lives right now. If we can even find one good thing, one positive thing to try to look to and give us hope, I think that's very important right now.
You can find more on this story on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Carthage teachers are pulling out their denim. In this case, the fashion statement is helping raise awareness and money for an important cause, type 1 diabetes. Folks paid $5 to wear blue or gray jeans. It was organized by Ashley Weston, a Carthage School District employee who lost her daughter to type 1 diabetes. Since that loss, Weston has taken it upon herself to educate people about the disease, including the warning signs to look for.
Watch for symptoms: extreme thirst, extreme urination, extreme weight loss. Those are the three biggies. While Hannah didn't present with those, so many children do.
The money raised goes to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation to fund research and education regarding the disease. Missouri Southern launches a new program intended to help freshmen get a head start in becoming future business leaders. It's called the Global Leaders Program. Starting in the fall of 2021, 50 freshmen will get the chance to grow their leadership skills by working with nationally and globally recognized leaders in business, healthcare, politics, the military, education, and in nonprofits.
One of the factors will be financial need. Now, many of our students already, we know, are first-generation college students. They have financial need. So that will be part of the mix as we select those students.
The students can receive up to $20,000 in scholarships, and students in the program will get $4,000 that they can use toward undergraduate research and travel to academic conferences. A little bit later on KOAM News at 10, the Pitt State Gorillas prepare to wrap up their short fall season.
And the winds are going to stay strong tonight and tomorrow, but also rain chances. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a warm day today. Temperatures right around 70, which is over 10 degrees above where we should be for this time of the year. But it was the winds that were so strong. We were having gusts 45 to 50, and we're going to see similar wind gusts, if not a little bit stronger, for us during the daytime hours tomorrow. Great time lapse, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. 61 right now. Look at these south winds, 22. But our humidity is very low, so that's why we had the fire danger today with those very strong winds across the region. Here in the metro, most of us are sitting about 60, 61, 62 degrees. Granby just a hair cooler at 58. Let's spread out through the entire four-state area from Yates Center, 60, 62, Bonita, Anderson at 60, and in northwestern Arkansas, and then up toward Nevada at 58 degrees. But look at these strong south winds. These are sustained, so the consistent wind. Right about 20 to 25. Now, if we pull out the wind gusts, it gets a little crazier. We're getting gusts well above 40 across the region, still near 50 outside. So it's going to stay very windy or extremely breezy throughout the overnight hours for us tonight. We'll drop back into the 50s. Plenty of sunshine for us tomorrow, but again, a very windy day on tap across the entire four-state area. So we have a wind advisory, in fact, once again across the entire four-state area. We've had pretty much clear skies. We got a few mid and upper level clouds you can see sneaking in on the Kansas side. It's not a big deal. We'll still see mostly clear skies tonight and then a few more clouds for us tomorrow. But here's our next storm system, building out across the northern Rockies, stretching back into the Pacific Northwest. And that's the system that will start to affect us Friday all the way through the weekend. Now ahead of it, we have the winds. That's why the winds have been so strong today. Look at our wind gust again tomorrow. 50, maybe 55, and then diminishing maybe just a hair by the time we head into tomorrow evening. Let's go through time. We're going to step through the night. We drop back mid-50s. Still a lot of sunshine tomorrow, even warmer. I think most of us are going to go into the mid-70s. So here's about 4 p.m. 54 to start, 68 by noon, high temp of 74. But look at those south winds, 20 to 30 sustained, and then of course a gust higher than that. Clouds increase tomorrow night. Could even get a little bit of drizzle. Here's Friday morning. Let's go through Friday. Light showers start to pick up as we work through the day. So it's just going to be kind of a nasty day, but still our temperatures are going to be sitting into the 60s on Friday. Friday evening, light showers continue. Let's go into Saturday morning. Light rain. We drop into the 40s, so a cold rain all day long on Saturday, lasting into Saturday night. The pink to our north is a rain-snow mix. And then finally, this whole system will start to push through. By the time we head into Sunday, we'll get a break Monday. Let's go to Tuesday. Next system, a lot of travelers. Wednesday looks okay. Next system on Thanksgiving, it doesn't look like it's going to be a big deal, but it is going to be very active all next week. 74 tomorrow, 68 on Friday, 57 and dropping Saturday. So all weekend long, we're going to have the rain, mainly into the 40s. Great weekend, stay inside, watch some football, or as we mentioned earlier, put up your Christmas stuff if you haven't done it yet.
A lot of people will be.
Yeah.
And we could use some rain, I guess.
We could.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, 2 Webb City baseball players have been on the field together since they were kids. And today we found out that tradition will continue on the collegiate level. We're going to have their story next. This weekend is the final weekend of the season for the Pitt State football team. Pitt State hits the road on Saturday to face West Texas A&M. It'll be the 4th and final game for the Gorillas this fall. The team is 1-2 after falling to Division I Stephen F. Austin last weekend. First-year head coach Brian Wright says although it's been an abbreviated schedule this fall, it's been worth it for the team.
Any opportunity to play this season has helped us and helped our football team come together and grow and get better. And then we have something to evaluate in the offseason and really to work from.
We worked all offseason not knowing if we were going to get to play a game at all. So I think just having 4 games is like exciting for us to be able to go out there and play and not have to waste the off season doing all these workouts for nothing.
As long as we got at least 1 game, it would mean that'd make everything worth it.
3 Webb City student athletes signed today to continue their careers in college. 2 of them, Tragan Parker and Cole Gaiman, are heading to Missouri Southern, but they still have unfinished business in high school. Sports reporter Andy Ciateco has that story.
Tragan Parker and Cole Gaiman have been teammates for more than a decade.
We've been growing up playing together, and we've always had a great bond and been best friends. And so getting to play college baseball is something that we're looking forward to and thankful for.
The two talked about sticking together beyond high school, and now it's a reality as Parker and Gaiman signed letters of intent to play baseball for Missouri Southern.
We went to a camp our sophomore year, and we were like, this would be awesome if we could do this and pull this off, and to finally sign and do it is awesome.
I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, just because we've known each other, we're going to have that chemistry on the diamond together.
Tragan's a heck of an infielder, and Cole's a heck of a pitcher, and I know that's how they're going there. So, they'll add depth for sure. Webb City baseball is a really rich tradition. They got a lot of good players, and a lot of players have played college baseball. And it's just great to see these guys be able to do that, and it's an added bonus, I guess, that they're local and playing for my brother.
The COVID-19 pandemic cost these two their junior year. But this spring, they have some unfinished business to take care of before moving on.
We're ready to do big things after our sophomore years, and for it to be taken away from us was devastating. And this year, we're going to work harder than ever and show what we could have done last year.
We're going to make this senior season the best possible and hopefully make the next 4 years even better.
In Webb City, Andy Cioteco, KOAM Sports.
Parker and Gaiman may have signed to play baseball in college, but the two are still focused on this football season. Webb City will host Lebanon in the Class 5 state quarterfinals Friday night at 7 p.m. We wish them well. Final check on weather is next. Take time now to honor a local veteran, John Eric Percy. The Iola, Kansas native served in the U.S. Army, and we are proud to salute John Eric Percy. He's tonight's four-state hero. If you were one of the people a little bit ticked off that the Peanuts gang would only be celebrating the holidays on Apple TV+, well, it's time to get your Charlie Brown dance on. Apple and PBS have inked a deal to show the beloved holiday specials on broadcast TV. A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving will air on November 22nd, and you can watch a Charlie Brown Christmas on December 13th. They'll also be commercial-free. If you have Apple TV+, you'll have multiple chances to stream the movies and catch all of Snoopy's shenanigans, not to mention the shenanigans of Charlie Brown and Lucy and Linus and Pigpen and Sally and Woodstock et al. If I've left any
That's
out.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I grew up watching Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I did too, but I just don't really remember them. I mean, all the characters' names.
You have me as a refresher there.
There you go.
Okay, the weather.
74, very windy for us tomorrow. Winds are going to be gusting 50 to 55. 68 showers Friday, all weekend long, mainly into the 40s with a cold rain.
Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.